You exit the trade too early again. You watch the price run in your direction. The trade you just closed keeps moving. Exactly how you predicted it would. That pit hits your stomach. But it's not just about the missed profit. It's a realization that you'll do this again tomorrow and the day after that. But something inside you won't let you hold. You promise yourself, next time I'm going to focus on the process. Next time I will not obsess over my P&L. Next time's going to be different, but you know it won't be. Deep down, it won't. You've made this promise 100 times before because you're not missing a strategy. You're missing something deeper here. These 5 tips have nothing to do with chart patterns, indicators, or strategies. They're the opposite of what most trading educators teach, and they're psychological, not technical. Because the majority of traders are trying to fix a psychological problem with a strategy solution. It doesn't work. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your internal system isn't set up right, you'll sabotage most times. So let's talk about what actually makes traders profitable. Tip 1, work on your beliefs and mindset around money and worth. It is absolutely necessary. Right now you have beliefs maybe about money running beneath your conscious awareness. Beliefs like, I don't deserve to make this much, or money is hard to come by, or I always lose what I gain. These aren't thoughts you're actively thinking. They are conclusions your subconscious formed possibly from childhood, from past failures, from what you heard, from what you absorbed growing up, and they are running your trading behavior right now. This is why you exit winners too early. Your subconscious doesn't believe you deserve to hold onto that profit. The moment you're up a certain amount, discomfort rises and you'll close the trade to relieve it. It's not about your stop loss or take profit levels. It's about your internal money ceiling or blueprint. Your subconscious has a limit on what it believes you're allowed to have. And the moment you approach that limit, it will sabotage you to bring you back down. Now I'm going to share a story about a trader I once worked with in the US. He literally could only for years get to a certain dollar amount, to the dollar, and then he would self-sabotage every single time. And so he knew there was something going on subconscious. In the first session, we muscle tested, which is kinesiology, and he had a money blueprint, which stemmed from the age of around 7. So we got to the root cause of where this came from. As we had this information, I was able to work with his subconscious mind to remove that money blueprint and the beliefs that were created around this. After that session, everything changed. He went from strength to strength. He stopped blowing accounts, self-sabotaging, and to this day is a very successful. So let's continue. So with the belief system, it's really important that you work on this, that you try and identify and just be aware of your self-talk and the patterns and behaviors you have in your life. Your subconscious doesn't believe you deserve to hold onto that profit. That could be one. The moment you're up a certain amount, discomfort arises, like I said. So until you identify and, more importantly, rewrite these beliefs at a subconscious level, you'll keep repeating the same patterns. Now, again, as I spoke in different videos, hypnosis, professional hypnosis, EFT, even visualization can help you access these beliefs and update them. But you have to know they're there first. So, tip 2, become a process-driven trader, not outcome-focused. Now, I'm sure you're aware of this. I'm sure you know it. Every time you open your platform, where do your eyes go? Straight to your P&L? You're watching the numbers tick up and down. Green makes you feel good. Red makes you panic. Am I right? You're trading from your emotions, not your plan. Being outcome-focused means you're measuring success by whether this one trade wins or loses. That's not trading. Process-driven trading means you measure success by whether you followed your plan. Did you wait for your setup? Did you execute with proper risk? Did you manage to trade according to your rules? The outcome of any single trade is irrelevant. You're playing a probability game over hundreds of trades. But your brain doesn't work like that naturally. Your brain needs immediate feedback. It wants to know, did I win or lose? That's why you're glued to the P&L. That's why you exit winners early, because seeing green feels good, and your brain wants to lock in that feeling before it disappears, or your mind. Shifting to process-driven trading requires you to disconnect your self-worth and identity and emotional state from individual trade outcomes. It is a psychological shift. Now, here's what nobody tells you. 90% of traders who fail have winning strategies. Read that again, or listen to that again. That strategy wasn't the problem. It was the inability to execute it consistently. And that inability comes from exactly what we're talking about, being outcome focused instead of process driven. Trading with beliefs that sabotage, operating under external pressure. The strategy works. You just can't get out of your own way long enough to let it work. Tip 3. Remove external pressures. You're trading with money you need. Rent money, bill money, money you can't afford. Now, this isn't for every trader, but some traders have this pressure. Or you've told people you're a trader, professional trader, and now you feel the pressure to prove it's working. Or you quit your job to trade full-time before you are consistent, and now every losing day feels like a threat to your survival. Think about the stress you are putting on yourself here. Health and well-being has to come first. It is a non-negotiable. Every trade becomes life or death. Your nervous system stays activated and you cannot think clearly. You make impulse decisions because your body is in survival mode. You need to remove these pressures. Trade with money you generally can afford to lose. And don't tell people you're trading until you're consistently profitable. The most successful traders I know, 7-8-figure traders, who treat trading as a business and have made this a success. It's very common that they actually don't tell many people about their success and what they're doing. They're pretty humble and pretty reserved. So don't let trading become your only source of identity or income until it's proven over time. The moment trading becomes about survival, you've lost the game. Because survival mode and rational decision making cannot coexist. Now let's go on to tip 4. Do not transition from work or business to trading until you're consistent and profitable for a good few months. This is a very strong suggestion. This is one that destroys traders. They have a good few weeks, maybe a good month, and they think, I'm done it. I figured it out. They quit their job, they go full time, and immediately everything falls apart. Maybe there's market volatility or the markets have changed. The pressure is real. You need money to make money. Now, every trade matters. 6 months of consistent profitability means you've traded through different market conditions. You've had losing streaks, drawdowns, and stayed disciplined. You've had winning streaks and didn't get overconfident. You've proven to yourself this isn't luck. That's the minimum you should be thinking of before you even consider making trading your primary income. And even then, think about a financial cushion, 6 to 12 months of living expenses saved. Now, these are just my suggestions. Obviously, I've worked with traders for over a decade, and it's really important to have that financial security in the background. Tip 5, stop consuming trading content. What do I mean by this? This one may be unpopular, but it's true. You're watching videos, reading threads, you're on the Discord group, following 10 different traders on social media. Even the thought of it makes my head spin. Jumping into Discord every 5 minutes, constantly looking for the next edge, the next strategy, and it's destroying your ability to trade because you're not building your own conviction. You're outsourcing your decision making to whoever posted last. Now, I'm not saying there aren't some great traders out there. There are. There's some great accounts, great information, but it's overload. You see someone say the market's going up and suddenly you're looking for long setups. even though the system says short. You watch a video about a new indicator and now you're questioning everything you built. This is distraction dressed up as education. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Once you have a strategy that works, more information is just noise. It plants doubt. It gives you excuses to not follow your plan. Well, that trader said the trend is weak, so maybe I shouldn't take this setup. No, you have a plan. Either follow it or don't trade. But stop seeking external validation for every decision you make. The most successful traders I work with don't even have social media. They go through a phase where they just cut it all out. No YouTube, no Twitter, no gurus, just them and their plan. And suddenly, their consistency improves. Now, this isn't for everyone, I understand. But from what I've seen over the many years, when traders cut out the noise, it helps them focus better, helping them to trust more in their decisions. Less decisions, less stress. If you're not profitable yet, fine. Consume content strategically to build your foundation. But once you have a working strategy, the biggest thing you can do for your trading is shut everything else out and focus on execution, your plan, your rules, your process. Nothing else. When you start implementing these 5 tips, something will shift. You stop fighting yourself, you'll notice you're less reactive, less emotionally hijacked by each individual trade, and you'll exit trades based on your plan. You'll hold winners because you trust the process. You'll have losing days and not spiral. You came here looking for trading tips, and these are the tips. But they're not about candlestick patterns or strategies. They're about the internal system that determines whether you can execute at any strategy consistently. Fix your psychology and your strategy will work. So if you want to find out more information about Hypnosis for Traders Academy, the link is in the description. You can also subscribe to this channel for weekly trading psychology tips, techniques to help you trade with clarity and consistency. See you in the next video.